Shalom, Kal Halal, Wahawad La, Abanawa, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Ruchaha Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the Great Millstone, GMS. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Abaratazah, which means Father willing. So, Father willing, this lesson is edifying. And just going into some news articles on so called New Year's Day, alright? And yeah, judgment from Yahweh Shemel Shai, Most High, is going out, man. Look at this from Al Jazeera. Alright, this is live. Okay. New Year's Day massacre. Alright. Statehood of Israel deletes dozens of Palestinians in Gaza. At least 29 Palestinians, including children and women, are unalived throughout Gaza on New Year's Day in JJ attacks in northern Jabalia, the central Burej refugee camp. Cookies. It's only a matter of time before they'll come up. Alright. Gaza City and southern Khan Yunis. Days of heavy rain have flooded hundreds of makeshift shelters across the strip, piling more misery on displaced Palestinians as the state of the JJs continues to restrict the entry of humanitarian aid. Alright, so things are constantly increasing. Alright, heating up in the so-called Middle East. Alright, between the JJs, Palestinians. Alright, they continue to fight over our land. Okay. Alright. Isaiah 1 and 7 mentions that our land would be, what is it? If I go to it, I forgot now. Mine's gone a bit blank. Alright. Your country is desolate, that's right. Meaning the country of Israel. Alright. Your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire. Your land strangers, right? The heathens. You got Amalek, you got Ishmael there. And, some of the heathens there, alright? But Amalek and Ishmael, they're fighting over our land, alright? Strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate as overthrown by strangers, yeah? Look at the state of it, alright? And that's actually originally our homeland, okay? But it's occupied by the Gentiles, right? Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, right? Those are the heathens, okay? Plus you have heavy rain over there, alright? Flooded, okay? So you got all these, tempests and things like that happening. Okay, so that's from Al Jazeera, put up today. Look at this. The love of many waxing cold. Metro.co.uk 7 hours ago. Mum and 4 daughters found unalived. Okay, in hotel room on New Year's Day, murdered. The woman and girls are believed to have been deleted by her son on Wednesday in Lucknow, India. He is suspected of taking his relatives to the hotel Sharanjeet in the Naka area and deleting them as part of a family dispute. I know they have certain honor killings and things like that, amongst Elam and Ishmael. Alright? Anything that, disgraces the family, they tend to take them out. A 24-year-old man named only as Arshad from Agra has been arrested over the deletions. The victims have been named as mum Asma and daughters Al-Shir, 19, Ramin, 18, Aksar, 16, and 9-year-old Aliyah, all sisters of Arshad. His father Badai is also a suspect and is believed to be on the run. Alright. Deputy Commissioner of Police Ravina Tyagi said the accused, identified as Arshad, allegedly deleted 5 members of his own family. Okay? Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So these things are increasing. Alright? Reuters, 2 deleted in Russian drone strike on Kiev. Alright? Put up today again. Russia launched a New Year's Day drone strike on the Ukrainian capital Kiev early on Wednesday. Alright, so you felt 2024 was bad. This year is going to be worse. Alright, deleting 2 people, wounding at least 6 others, and damaging buildings in its 2 districts, authorities said. Alright, scripture talks about wars and rumors of wars. Alright, so these things are going to continue. Alright, explosions boomed across the morning sky as Ukraine's air force warned of incoming drones, and Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said air defenses were repelling an enemy attack. You got Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko. I know 2 of them were boxers. I don't know if that unless that boxer's become uh, mayor now. But yeah, no one fought Lennox Lewis, unless both of them did, if I remember correctly. I know one of them at least did. But yeah, that's besides the point. Two floors of a residential building in central Kiev were partially destroyed in a strike, according to the state emergency service. Two people were deleted, it said. Photos posted by the agency showed firefighters dousing a gutted corner of a building and rescuers helping elderly victims. Alright, won't go further into that. I'm just touching briefly on these things. Alright, so yeah, look at this. 2 hours ago, New York Times. Here's the latest attack in New Orleans. At least 30 more people were injured when a man intentionally drove a pickup truck into crowds on Bourbon Street early Wednesday, officials said. The FBI, Federal Bureau Investigation, that's what it stands for, said it was investigating the incident as an act of terrorism. I'll say it like that, you know. Okay. At least 10 people were deleted and 30 more were injured after a man drove a pickup truck into crowds on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Early hours of New Year's Day. City officials called it a deliberate attack. Driver crashed a truck, then, deceased following a shootout with police officers. Police said the FBI said it was investigating the attack as an act of terrorism. All right. So yeah. So death angels are out here, man. Okay. But we still have to, remain circumspect. Okay. Of the times that we're in, because these things are just going to continue to increase more and more. All right. Let's go to the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, and verse 15, which reads, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil." That's right. Okay, the days are evil, man. Okay, we've got to be wise, not as fools, not conduct ourselves in as a basic, yeah, as fools. We've got to, remain spiritual. All right, and then not give heed into the lust of the flesh and things like that. Okay, we've got to walk circumspectly. The word circumspect means to look around. Okay, both physically and spiritually. Okay, more so spiritually now, you know, than ever. Okay, because E is always up to something. We're not ignorant to Satan's devices. All right, who knows? That could be a setup. Okay, all right, that could have been a setup. Okay, all right. Well, let's go to second Edges actually, chapter 15. Second Edges chapter 15. Is it 16? Oh, both good anyway. Second Edges chapter 15, verse 14. Woe, right, destruction to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cost of their actions shall stand in their power. Alright, that's these things are, they're kind of happening on a minute scale. Okay, but they're going to increase. Alright, so what, woe, alright, to the inhabitants of the earth, man. Okay, let's go to the next chapter, second Edges chapter 16. In verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Okay. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. You see? Yeah? So yeah, these things are Things that again taking place, and they're gonna increase more and more. This is what we're seeing right now. Okay, I kept hearing constant fireworks going off as well. Right, no doubt about it. People would be having New Year's parties, right, getting pissy drunk and things like that, getting up to all sorts of folly. You see, completely, immersed in the world. All right. Amos chapter 3 verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and Ha'adawan Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai have not done it? All right. So, the Lord basically orchestrated that, those things that I read in the article. All right, that vehicle attack. All right. Okay, those drones. Right, in Kiev. All right. The conflict going on in Palestine, and between them and the JJs. All right. The Lord is in control of all things. Okay. Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7. And it reads, I form the light and create darkness. The Heavenly Father speaking. I make peace and create evil. I, Ha'adawan Yahweh, do all these things. It's the Lord that does that. He's the one that forming light and creates darkness. He makes peace and creates evil. Okay? He created darkness. Alright? The Lord does all these things. Okay? A lot of people like to attribute things to Satan, which Satan works for the Lord. You see? Okay? But ultimately, it's the Lord that does all these things. Okay? Let's get a little bit more on this one. Get a couple more scriptures and then end it. Alright. Okay. They said it was very intentional behavior. This man was trying to run over as many people as he possibly could. The New Orleans police superintendent, Anne Kirkpatrick, said in a news conference Wednesday morning he was hell bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did. This is Grand Theft Auto behavior. Alright. According to Miss Kirkpatrick, the man drove the truck at high speed into crowds around 3:15 in the morning before crashing and opening fire, shooting two police officers. Investigators said they later found what appeared to be improvised explosive devices in the truck and were trying to determine whether the devices were viable. Officials urged the public to stay away from half-a-mile stretch of Bourbon Street and surrounding blocks as the FBI investigated. The attack happened in the area of Canal and Bourbon Streets during New Year's Eve celebrations, which bring large, raucous crowds to the city's French Quarter. Yeah, people are in that mirthy spirit. We see the Lord is bringing, all this mirth to an end. Okay, so of course, when it comes to things like Christmas and New Year's, we're gonna, have large crowds and people like that. Okay, gather together, large people gather together and stuff like that. Right. So that's obviously a bigger target for that individual to run as many, you know, people over as they can. It also came just hours before college football's Sugar Bowl between Notre Dame and the University of Georgia was scheduled to kick off at the city's Superdome. Wow. See? So yeah. See, man. Spirits created for vengeance. Alright. We'll get that right away. Yeah, this year ain't gonna be pleasant as you people of the world, you wicked people of the world, think it will be. Oh yeah, new year, new me, all that stuff. It's gonna be my year. Well, hey, well, judgment is gonna come forth. Sirach chapter 39 verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right? And that was the spirit put on that individual, to do what he did. Okay, verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and a sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Yeah, that individual used that truck as a weapon, as like a sword to, you know, plow it into those people. Okay, verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon the earth when need is, and when their time is come. They shall not transgress his word. Alright, so the Lord dispatched those evil angels, okay, to basically do the bidding, of the Lord, okay. It hopped on that individual to do what he did, you see. Alright. And they were obviously wicked, man. And that was the time that the Lord had that happen at. Okay? You see? That's why the fear of the Lord is important. Okay? And basically, this person's lot was to do what he did when the day was born up until now. Okay? First Peter chapter 5 and verse 8 reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil as a roaring lion walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Okay, so we've got to be sober, right? Got to be spiritually sober. Okay, we've got to be vigilant, we've got to be cautious. Okay, because there's many traps that these devils, the so-called WHITE man, beginning with the chief tribe Amalek, small hatters, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, etc. Right? And they got their puppets in place. Alright? And there's many traps that these devils have for us, man. Okay? He's always on the prowl looking to see who can devour. And the spiritual demon, Satan, he doesn't sleep. Okay? So you got demons hopping on people, man. Causing people to do some crazy things. But we can't, be as fools. Alright? We've got to conduct ourselves wisely and things like that. And maneuver properly, while we're out and about. Okay? Let's get the last one and end it there. Zephaniah chapter 3. Alright? Verse 5. The just Lord Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He fails not. But the unjust knoweth no shame. That's it, you see? And that's exactly what happened. The Lord is in the midst thereof, man. Right? It's the Lord that did all this. Right? He doesn't do iniquity. Okay? Every morning judgment is going out. Okay? And that actually happened in the morning too. Right? He failed not. Okay? But the unjust knoweth no shame. So that's what happened. Okay? Anyway, that's all I have on that, so shalom.